Hello, welcome to Mr. Patrick's Corner. Now I'm going to talk about the screwed up Medicare system that we have in Medi-Cal. They don't tell you what they're going to do until they do it. I got a notice from Aetna Insurance that they wouldn't cover my glyburide. I'm diabetic and I take glyburide. I just run out and I was going to get my prescription refilled. And lo and behold, Aetna says it's not one of the drugs that I was offered. They told me, oh, you fill out all these forms. It was about 7 pages. And then you have your doctor fill out some more forms and then wait 7 days to approve it. And I said to myself, this is nuts. What am I going to do in the meantime? So I called up Medicare. Now I didn't call normal hours. I called at 3 o'clock in the morning. Why did I call at 3 o'clock in the morning? Well, that's an easy time to get through to somebody. I spoke to a nice lady in India who transferred me over to her supervisor, who spoke very good English, by the way. And I was telling her about my problem. And she says, well, why don't you just get another insurance company? And I'm like, can I do that? And she says, sure. And so she hooked me up with another insurance company. But that left a glitch in my supplies because the other insurance company wouldn't take over until March 1st. And then I had more fun with the boys at Aetna, or the girls at Aetna. They kept sending me this paperwork and the other, and I called them up, and to make a long story short, I paid $54 out of my pocket. Now I'm a pensioner. I don't have a hell of a lot of money. I am a poor man living in a rich country, and I have wonderful legislators like Jorge Abinolti. He's my congressman out of the 8th district. He said that he'd send me out a release form that he could call and talk to the people at Aetna. And I still haven't received it. So I think Abinolti is another worthless individual. These guys only care about how much money you give them. Adam Schiff says, can you give me $500 and I'll represent you? Right. And Katie Porter's the same way. They're asking for funding to run for their Senate campaigns. When you have a problem, God forbid that they will help you. So, the wonderful Katie Porter's staff didn't help me. A month later, I called about Purdue Pharmaceuticals. The Purdue people produced OxyContin, and the Sacklers overprescribed it, hustled it, and told everybody it was non-addictive. Roughly, they killed 350,000 Americans. Got them hooked on OxyContin, was part of the drug epidemic. And then they killed, and especially in poor states like West Virginia, they basically got all the doctors there and told them this is a great drug and this will take care of a lot of pain. You have coal miners there. You got guys that do heavy back breaking work. And like Stalin said, you kill one person, it's murder. You kill 1,000 people, it's a statistic. And I was listening to how Katie Porter was going to help us solve this problem, and she did her little whiteboard thing, and she said this, and then lo and behold, you know what happened to Purdue Pharmaceutical? Why they were not seized? Asset forfeiture? Of course not. They're rich people. You don't do that. Now the Sacklers family and the guys that were running the company, are they in jail? No, my God, we can't put rich people in jail. That's a bad deal. Oh, they did put an Indian in jail for 5 years, but he's an Indian. He doesn't count because he ain't white. Okay? And the Sacklers should have been basically stripped of their wealth, but we didn't do that either. And so, you know how they punished the Purdue Pharmaceuticals? Oh, this is so good. They basically told them they can't get any more government contracts. And that's another reason why I'm not voting for Adam Schiff or Katie Porter. Katie Porter made a big deal of this, and that's how they accomplished it. And when I call up their staff, oh, we're really proud that they can't get any more contracts. How about taking the company over? Or, you know, Adenauer was the prime minister of Germany. And what he did was say to the German businesses, guess what? We're buying in on your company. He said the German government sat on the board. They still do. Volkswagen is a prime example. They're in the board for the reason that they don't trust the German manufacturers. They didn't, Hitler didn't come about by, thin air. He got funding from these manufacturers. They caused World War II because they thought that they could handle Hitler. Another mistake. We need government ownership of our major companies. Now, General Motors got bailed out by the U.S. government, and and Obama was very proud of the fact he only lost $15 million from the bailout money. He got everything back but $15 million. How about taking control of the company or getting a voter block? Same thing with Tesla, same thing with Jeff Bezos at Amazon. You need to control these people. The only way to control them is by having a block of stock. Okay, that's it for the day.